How's it going, guys? Hope y'all are doing great. This is eVlog coming to you with another video on Demon Slayer. Now this video is why Akaza hates Kokushibo, the first upper moon on Demon Slayer. Now this video is a piggyback from the previous video that I did, why Akaza wanted to turn Rengoku, Kyojuro Rengoku, into a demon. Now the video is still on my channel, but it's not the full version. To watch the 12 minutes plus full version, click the video on my channel, go to the comment section or the description. It will take you to the link on where I posted it. And on that video, if you hear me say Yorochi, what I meant is Kokushibo Sugekuni, the first upper moon on Demon Slayer. And to my manga readers, once again, this is anime-based theory, not manga theory. This is my theory based on where we are on Demon Slayer. Now, on the video that I did, just a quick rundown why Akaza, because it's gonna play into the current video that I'm doing right now, which is why Akaza hates Kokushibo, is because on the previous video that I did, one of my reasons was the fact that Akaza wanted to turn Rengoku into a demon simply because Akaza was looking for an ally. He was looking for a superpower, and for the fact that he could see that Kyojuro Rengoku has everything, I mean everything that it takes to be a superpower, a powerhouse. He could see Kyojuro's light, his unshakable will to never give up, and he could see the potential greater than ever, which was the reason why Akaza did not plead with him, not once, not twice. Akaza let him know that you get to become a demon, that we can fight endlessly without tiring. You won't have to take a break. We can just fight until there's nothing left. You can get stronger than you are. So Akaza made it clear, crystal clear, that he wanted Rengoku to be by his side. And I believe that the reason why it wasn't just simply because he admires Rengoku so much. It's also the fact that he is looking for an ally, and the reason why he's looking for this ally is simply because, based on the fact that his relationship with Doma didn't go as he thought it would go, because it was Akaza, based on the first episode on the third season on Demon Slayer, episode 1, based on the upper moon meeting, when Doma stated that it was Akaza that brought him, that turned him. And another question that I want to ask is, another theory that I have in mind is, because based on the ranking of the upper moons, it is based on how strong they are, not necessarily, it's not being done by favoritism, it's done by how strong they are, not entirely favoritism. But with Akaza and Doma, if it was Akaza that turned Doma, doesn't that mean that Akaza has seniority over Doma and probably stronger than Doma? So when it comes to promotion, it should be Akaza who should be moved up to upper 2 level, not Doma. But for some particular reason, Doma happened to be moved up to the upper 2 and Akaza is in upper 3, which was the reason why Akaza showed the hostility that he showed, that he displayed on the first episode on season 3, due to the fact that he took offense that his title or his principles or his respect was not recognized by Muzan Kibisuji. And I believe that the man behind all of this got to be the first upper moon, Kokushibo. Now, going back to what I said in the beginning, why Akaza hates Kokushibo, I believe that Akaza hates Kokushibo simply because it was Kokushibo. He probably got involved and and made Muzan Kibitsuji, or persuaded Muzan Kibitsuji to not promote Akaza to the second level, or the second upper moon, and kept him at upper moon 3. I believe that Kokushibo has a hand in Akaza not getting the respect, the promotion, and the self-regard that he desperately looked for. And because of that, Akaza never forgot that. And I think for some particular reason, Doma and Kokushibo get along so well, and I believe due to their relationship, or due to their understanding, I believe that Kokushibo persuaded Muzan Kibitsuji to not promote Akaza. And if you really think about this theory, it makes absolute sense, because why wouldn't Muzan Kibitsuji listen to Kokushibo? Because he is the first upper moon, which is he is the first person, right? The first powerhouse Muzan Kibitsuji turned into a demon. And based on the fight between Tanjiro Kamado and the 4 upper moons, when they were still separated, when Tanjiro fought them, when Tanjiro turned into his when his Hashira mark showed up, and he turned into his flame, or the Hollow Dragon dance, and used that ability to behead the 4 upper moons all at the same time. They said they recognized a trait from the same type of power that almost defeated Muzan Kibitsuji in the past. So if Kokushibo displayed the same type of aura, the same type of Hashira mark, which means that he is a respected powerhouse, he is the first upper moon and should not be questioned. And I see the reason why Muzan will listen to him if it was Kokushibo that is behind Akaza not getting his promotion, not getting his respect, not getting his acknowledgement, for being such a loyal soldier, for being such a loyal powerhouse. And I believe another reason why Kokushibo didn't want Akaza to be the second upper moon is based on Akaza's way of doing things, because Akaza just has his own way of doing things. He likes to work alone. He likes to be noticed. He likes to be respected. He is a serious person when he wants to be. Just based on how he carries himself, something tells me that Akaza is looking to move up to the upper first moon. But maybe for some particular reason, he didn't get along with Kokushibo to Sugini, the first upper moon. And I believe because the fact that they did not get along so well, and Kokushibo is able to get along with Doma, because if you analyze Doma's character from the first episode of season 3, even towards the ending of the previous season, towards the ending when we saw Doma has this chilled character of his that is so easy to welcome, that is so easy to kind of overlook his demonic presence, right? Because he does have a demonic presence of his own, but due to the fact that he's such a chilled character, you cannot overlook that he's actually a bad guy who kills and eats the bones, the flesh of human beings, who does a lot of evil, right? So I believe based on the fact that Doma has this way of doing things, he's able to get along with Kokushibo, which convinced Kokushibo that if anyone is going to be following him, if anyone is going to come after him, it got to be Doma, based on the way he handles things, based on the way he presents himself, because if you see during the upper moon meeting, the way Doma presented himself is such a chill character that even Muzan couldn't even bring himself to punish Doma, because Doma did say, have I not done everything that you've asked me to do? Have I not done over your expectation? And Muzan recognizes that. But when it comes to Akaza I'm sure Akaza does his job well. I'm sure he gets the job done. But if you realize with the energy that was going on during that upper moon first meeting, right? Akaza was so serious. He just focuses on the business, right? He's very focused, doesn't smile, doesn't joke around. He was quiet the whole time. And although he does understand why Muzan Kibisuji is upset, and I believe Akaza in the deepest of his heart, in his core, he wants to do everything that he can to be the better version of himself, right? But he doesn't allow himself to kind of talk a lot, try to play around with his fellow pairs, with his fellow demons. He doesn't give gestures. He doesn't greet anyone that way. He didn't even greet the first upper moon or Muzan Kibisuji. He just knelt down, bowed his head, and that was it. That was it. So Akaza, he has his own way of doing things. Doma has his own way of doing things. But if Doma was promoted based on his character, not based on his power level or strength. Now, I'm not saying that Doma, I'm not trying to say, or what I'm going to say right now, I'm not saying it because I think Doma is weak. No, it's not weak. If he is the upper two, there's a reason why. But if Akaza is actually stronger than him and he's promoted before Akaza, I can totally see why Akaza will hate that decision. And I can also see why he will hate the next person that was very heavily involved on that decision making, which is Kokushibo. They don't get along, they don't see eye to eye. Akaza has made it clear, crystal clear, that he will kill, he will destroy, he will eliminate, right? He will take out Kokushibo if it is the last thing he does. I mean, Akaza hates him with every living cell he has in his body. And Kokushibo himself doesn't find that as a threat, really. He's not fazed by what Akaza said. He's just replied back, "You better get to it then." Because Kokushibo is very confident in his own rights. He would want nothing more but to take out Akaza if Akaza chooses to attack him. But I think Akaza also understands, realizes and recognizes his own strength and his own weakness by now, so he wouldn't make a stupid decision to go after Kokushibo at this particular time. He's gonna need someone, he's gonna need something that will give him a better fighting chance. And I believe that was where Kyojuro Rengoku was supposed to come in, because understand this, Akaza is not stupid. He has never given this characteristics of him that kind of makes you feel like he's stupid. He is not an idiot. He knows what he's doing. He understands when it's time for him to not talk and when it's time for him to talk. And again, to add to my point on how Akaza doesn't really like to play around with his fellow demons or talk to them or really associate that much with them. If you notice his fight with Kyojuro Rengoku, due to the fact that Akaza admired him, respected his will, and could see his great utmost potential, Akaza was laughing. He was happy to fight Rengoku. I think that fight was the happiest time I have ever seen Akaza. Now, if you watch that fight and if you see how happy and excited he was, then when he goes to the meeting to talk to his fellow demons, he's not smiling, he's not greeting anybody. It's only Doma, Gyuko, and Hontogen, if I butchered that name, my apology. It's only them that are kind of showing some type of formality and have this classy and eloquent way of greeting each other. They get along, but Akaza is just straight to business. So that's my point. I believe that Akaza needed at the time, he could see Rengoku's ability and wished that he would have turned Rengoku so that Rengoku would aid him in destroying his arch nemesis, which is Kokushibo. Now, feel free to let me know what you guys think about this theory with every point, every analysis, every part of my point. Feel free to let me know what you think about it. Does it make sense to you? Do you see that there is actually, a way that Akaza can actually get exactly what he wants at the end of this arc, at the end of this show, at the end of this genre? That I don't know, but based on where we are right now, Akaza is still going to look for a way to take out the first upper moon, because he made it crystal clear that it will be the last thing. If it is the last thing he will do, he will make sure to kill Kokushibo. And that threat is something to really pay attention to. So thank you guys for joining me on this discussion. Feel free to let me know what y'all think about it. What do you think about the discussion? What do you think about what I said? And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. On that note, stay safe. Keep on keeping up.